All right, guys. Pokimane's leaving Twitch. So wait, is there anything in my browser history? Okay, nothing crazy. Whew. Anyway, Pokimane's leaving Twitch. Ordinarily, I wouldn't really care, but I feel like talking about this. I'm interested specifically because I stopped streaming on Twitch a while ago, and I want to talk a little bit about my experience and about how I can't formulate sentences anymore. Leaving Twitch was probably like the best thing I've not ever done, but it was a really positive change for me. Money wise, I mean, YouTube, I think is better. It's more flexible in the memberships that you can create. I have a $2 membership. I like being able, I like that it's $2. I think the split 70-30 instead of 50-50 with Twitch. And I just like that I can make it cheaper. It makes me feel better about locking my full VOD behind a paywall. YouTube can be a little frustrating that, you pretty much have to record it, your live stream, because sometimes it takes like over a day to process it in HD to download it through your thing. So that's a little frustrating. Twitch is a little better with that. But outside of that, the audience is also better on YouTube. It's more diverse. Twitch is full of a lot of young men. And I love young men. But it's mostly just young men. On YouTube, I have young men, I have older women, I have younger women, I have older men. I have a much more diverse audience. I got some of the gays too, right? But it's a more diverse audience, and I think it makes a less toxic audience environment. So I like it a lot more just on that. Money-wise, like if you manage to keep your stream monetized, you're probably going to make more money just on the revenue from, your stream ads than Twitch ever will do. To be honest with you, it's just a better platform. I like it a lot. I guess Pokimane's walking away and she's going to YouTube. I feel like I think that the big part of it's because the top earners stopped getting good deals. Twitch's interface just kind of sucks. I mean, you want to watch an old stream on YouTube, I feel like it's infinitely easier than Twitch. The ads aren't 15 hours long every time you join somebody's stream. I don't know. They really need to just get things done better. Whatever. But let's see what we got here.
There was a point in my life where I assumed everybody was older than me.
Yep.
Get into an Uber, the driver's probably older. Start a new
that.
job, my coworkers are probably older. And if I watch the NFL and I see a quarterback on my damn TV, he's probably older. Those times have changed. Patrick Mahomes is literally younger than me.
I don't know who that is, but I'm 33 now. And one of the worst things in the entire world, people have started calling me sir, and they started letting me go through the door first. I know that sounds so small, but I like holding the door for people. Now people will hold the door for me and say, here goes, you first, sir. And I'm just like, damn, I'm getting visibly older. I'm almost 34 now. And now you got these 20-year-olds going into the gym, and they're like, here you go, sir. It's crazy.
And I realize it's also changed at my current job as a live streamer. I'm one of the people who have been here longer, one of the older people. And I feel like people aren't appreciating that fact. The live streaming landscape has changed a lot. I even just wanted to check. So I looked. These were the biggest live streamers in the world as far as...
I think the biggest way that I've noticed that the live streaming landscape has evolved, and I'm a smaller creator, so I might look at it a little differently, is that TikTok has become a massively positive tool for streamers to utilize. Whether you're a Twitch or a Kick streamer or a YouTube streamer, you're probably going to want to figure out a way to dual stream at least onto TikTok. TikTok's platform is surprisingly good. It's good for getting your name out there. It's where I started. It's why I have a career now. It's just a good idea. It's a different audience. So I would recommend trying to figure that out. The only reason I can't is because my content is like edgy. It can be a little bit edgy, and I don't feel like getting banned off of TikTok. But if you're a normal person who does like gaming streams, give it a shot.
As English-speaking live streamers 4 years ago, January 2020. And there's a lot of names here that are mostly my age or older. The Summits, the XQCs, the Lyrics.
Hey, Tyler, one shout out.
Now, there's some familiar names there, like Tyler and XQC still, but also a lot of young names, the Jinxies, the Quesos, the Kais. And live streaming at its...
How young is Queso, though? How old is that guy? And how fat is he? Because everybody says he's so fat, but I'm like, I'm obese. Some people say he's 45. There's no way he's 45. What? He's 25. Okay, he just looks older because he's fat.
Core is a young man's game, and it's changed. It's changed so much, and I want to talk about how much it's changed today, speaking through the lens of Poki. because she tweeted out something.
I feel like streaming is not a young man's game. Streaming is just a more diverse game. Streaming on Twitch is a young man's game because Twitch is like video games. But as everybody gets older, you're seeing more and more older people making video like content and stuff because, everybody's aging with the platform.
Something cryptic a couple days ago. The end of an era. Twitch has been my home for a decade, ellipsis. And then posted a screenshot of someone downloading the Twitch app, but her face is there because she's basically been the face of Twitch for a long, long time. Wow. People thought she might have signed somewhere exclusively, but that didn't exactly happen.
So what is it? Yeah, people were saying that she's going to Kick and she's a hypocrite in this, and I was just like, Jesus, like, why is everybody assuming that?
Followed up today, and she said, let's explore something new together. First YouTube stream tomorrow, no strings attached. We don't have to theory guess.
Oh, does that mean that she's still streaming on Twitch, but she's also dual streaming onto YouTube? Probably smart.
On what that means, she expanded on her podcast and said she's not signing an exclusive deal with any platform.
That's smart. I think that's definitely smart from a career perspective, especially since you can get yourself out there more. YouTube is like a decent platform. When I get a new computer, I might actually dual stream on Twitch, but I don't really know.
And then she followed up and said Twitch has regressed a bit, and that's why she doesn't want to be exclusive there or put as much energy into just streaming. She called it messy. Kind of dug in a Twitch a bit there.
I honestly don't really see how Twitch could come back. There's nothing redeemable about Twitch. It's just a streaming service. YouTube is a streaming service, a video service, and a short service. TikTok is a short service that has a streaming service. It's actually decent. And it also has like somewhat medium form videos that go from like a minute to 10 minutes. I don't see the competitive nature of Twitch. And then Kick, it's like just like Twitch, but I feel like it just has better PR because it's a little looser. So I don't know. How did they even come back?
But it's true. We haven't seen these huge exclusive deals, the ones that I used to talk about all the time, like XQC signing a $100 million deal, in a while. In fact, think back to the last YouTube exclusive streamer. Like, who got signed recently? There have been some re-signings. I got re-signed just a couple of months ago. But the last person who I think exclusively signed with YouTube was FaZe Swag back in September 2022.
I mean, that makes sense. YouTube, I don't think YouTube needs to do it. I don't think that this is like a negative thing for YouTube. YouTube doesn't need to make exclusivity contracts because Twitch is already dying. Kick, in my opinion, isn't really going to be massively competitive necessarily with YouTube. YouTube is the Nintendo Switch of streaming services. Like people like, and they're becoming a more. What I mean by that is like a lot of time back in the past, people would have like a Xbox or a PlayStation and a Nintendo Switch. They don't really compete with anybody. They're like an auxiliary platform, but now they're becoming like a main platform, and they don't really have to do anything. They just have to exist with decent. Then they're just decent. The pay is decent. The community is decent. They don't really need to do heavy like plugs. It's just simple. Like the accessibility is solid, is really good in my opinion. They don't have to do anything anymore. They just have to wait for Twitch to slowly fade, and then people will come over to them. They don't need to be competitive.
It's a long time ago. And Twitch hasn't been doing a lot of exclusive signings either. In fact, they're trying to do the opposite. Dan Clancy, the CEO, said at TwitchCon, today we are taking it a step further and announcing that we are allowing simulcasting on any live streaming service.
That's the best way to go because it's probably the only way people are going to stay onto that platform.
Their whole philosophy has been, hey, we don't want to sign anyone exclusively. We want to just have people stream.
Also, honestly, Twitch should probably stop the free sub when you have Amazon Prime. I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's just lost money for them. What they're better off doing is saying if you have Amazon Prime, you get a 10% discount when you sub to people, or you get like a 10% discount on like bits and subs. It just makes more sense to me. I feel like that would make them more money. Because I feel like how many people really like, I don't know, like how many people really care about that? Like I feel like most people aren't subbing to like 15 different people on Twitch. They're like, oh, I have my Amazon Prime. I'll just sub to this one person. It's free. Meanwhile, if you're like, yeah, you get 10, 20% off, maybe you'll do it more often. I don't know,
on all the platforms possible, and we think our platform is the best, so people will go to us anyway. The only people who've been signing exclusively has, of course, been Kick, who have signed quite a few people exclusively. I believe the last one that I can remember was Nick Merckx back in October 2020.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're definitely trying to do their best to like be competitive and show like, hey, look at us, we're a thing. That makes sense.
3. But even Kick has kind of slowed down a bit. To be fair, they did spend hundreds of millions of dollars, so I get it, but they've slowed down. Now, the reason everyone has slowed down isn't because of live streaming itself has slowed down. I mean, quite the opposite. In the past year, it's been doing better than really since COVID, right? If we look at this, January
Really? Since COVID? Wow. Or is it better than COVID or better since COVID?
2023, we had 2.4, almost 2.5 million average concurrent viewers. Now we're up to 2.6 with also more live streamers. So it's quite a healthy scene. But why aren't people signing exclusive contracts anymore?
There's just no point anymore.
What happened to these $10 million, $5 million, $100 million deals? And the answer is that it's just not worth it for the companies. I mean, look, these companies are spending a lot of money, not on streaming exclusively, but on running a streaming platform. Twitch literally cut 1/3 of its staff. So it doesn't make sense to start paying for exclusive
If I did that, I'd only have 3 inches left, dude. That's crazy.
content because it hasn't really shifted on who has a majority in the live streaming space.
Yeah, on YouTube, it's easier to skip ads. It's so much better. You can I'm going to watch 15-second ad or 5 seconds of an ad. Twitch, you got to watch like a minute. And as a creator, I've noticed you get paid significantly more from the YouTube ads too. So,
and Twitch's philosophy of, well, hey, we don't need to sign anybody because people just think we're the best platform and will stream on our website has somewhat held true. I did a survey and I asked 30 of the biggest streamers in the world what the best streaming platform was. 28 said
well, yeah, but you're asking the streamers, not the viewers.
Twitch. 1 said YouTube and 1 said multi-streaming.
There's also only 30 people, but
did kick. To be fair, maybe I didn't ask the right crowd. But the fact remains,
yeah, probably not.
I think that era is gone. And I think that because YouTube has even said to me, hey, we're not going to sign you to another deal. Like, I'm currently signed to be a mostly exclusive streamer with YouTube. I can do some events on Twitch and YouTube like I've talked about. But after this runs out, it's kind of done.
Okay.
And I don't think they're going to sign anybody else. I don't think they're just like, hey, it's done for you, but we're going to do some other people. I don't expect that to be the case. They could surprise me. We'll see. But I think that's mostly done. I think Twitch is the same. I don't think Dan Clancy wants to be in the business of paying people millions of dollars. I think Kick, although they have billions of dollars from stake and they could maybe sign some more exclusive contracts, I don't think they will be doing at least.
I think you're better off focusing on just like the general experience of the streamer and the people viewing the stream. You're better off being like, oh, we're going to do like a decent pay split. We're going to make our website run more smoothly. We're going to do this, that, and the other thing. People just want consistency. It's not like cool to be a streamer anymore. It's so normal. That's what I think they just focus on that. Make a nice experience. That's why I stream on YouTube. I just like it's a nice experience. Thank you very much for the 5-month small gut from Vanelluz. Hi, Father Tummy. Hi.
A lot of it, because it seems to be just kind of a money hole and a money sink, and they haven't gained much market share by signing all these people. So that whole ecosystem for creators is dead. It is gone, and I don't think it is ever coming back.
Sure.
And it gets a little worse for creators, because I'm a little bit concerned that this could, long-term, impact Twitch. Is Pokey right to say that Twitch is a bit messy and it's regressing and it's not that appealing of a choice? Well, let's take a look at some recent news. Obviously, they had the layoffs. But outside of that, they also dropped this, an update to several streamer payout programs. And I saw some people talk about this as if it was a good thing. They basically expanded the Partner Plus program, which is allowing people to get a 70-30 split. And before, they had a 100K cap on that 70-30
What is a Partner Plus program?
split.
I don't even know what that is.
That cap. That's mostly a good thing for people who are earning more than $100,000 a year. They just will be able to earn more money. They'll get more of their share. But they also snuck in a change to the Prime game.
Well, I mean, I think I already get a 70-30 split on YouTube. I don't care. Like, it doesn't even really matter, you know?
Subscription payout model. And this one's pretty fucking huge. I feel like people didn't talk about this enough. They've changed it.
And it's just like everything's in one spot. Not everything, but for the most part, like my videos and my streams are in this one spot. My clips are on a different spot, but like for the most part, it's all right here, you know?
Now, when somebody gives you a Prime sub, it is a fixed rate depending on where in the world you got your Amazon Prime membership. So if you're a North American streamer and you have someone from the US who uses a Prime, you now get a flat $2.25.
I thought you got like a flat $2.50 before.
When I streamed on Twitch, it would just count as a sub. So if I got a Prime, I would get 70% of that sub, $3.50.
Is that true? That has to be like an exclusivity deal or something, because for me, it's always been 50%. The 70-30 splits must be like a new thing.
I mean, even if you got 50-50, that would still be $2.50.
Yeah.
Right? And it's even worse if you have a lot of viewers who are outside of the US. Like, let's say you mainly stream to people from the UK. You're only getting $1.80. Let's say.
I mean, it makes sense that they would cut down on the free sub money.
Perhaps you are an e-girl streamer and you stream content that is generally for maybe an audience from a country who doesn't have a lot of pornography, so they like watching live streaming websites. Turkey, as an example.
Yeah, Turkey, the least degenerate country, guys.
You now get 9 cents per Prime.
Wow, 9 cents. Fuck you, Turkey. What the hell, guys? That makes perfect sense to me. Because I imagine that like whatever their currency is in these different countries, it's not equaling like the specific amount of money. So if it only costs 20 cents USD to get a turkey, and I don't know if that's true, but why would they give you $2.50? They're just hemorrhaging money on that. It makes sense to do it like half or 40 or 45% of the sub that would be in a country or whatever. It makes sense to me.
And it makes sense on paper. I think Amazon Prime in Turkey is like $1 a month if you do the currency exchange. So they shouldn't be like hemorrhaging $2.50. But this is a huge fucking change.
Yeah, the only issue with this change is that they didn't do this from the start. This is one of the problems. It's like your perceived value of the thing. When you give somebody a really good deal and then you take that deal away, people are just sitting there and they're like, oh, well, that sucks. Whereas if you just set that standard in the first place, nobody will feel like they're getting robbed of anything. So the fact that they even had it working in a different way in the first place where they're hemorrhaging money was stupid. That's just bad business at that point. It's just a dumb, ignorant thing. I don't really understand why they would do that.
And I think most people are now going to be earning less money as a Twitch streamer because of this change in Prime.
But, I mean, I think that they're banking on people dual streaming, hopefully, like for them.
It's great for the people who are part of the Partner Plus program who are earning more than $100,000. That's a pretty small list. Most streamers.
I really feel like Twitch is like the Blockbuster of streaming services. I mean, TikTok and YouTube both have such versatility. I feel like this might just be me. I might just be like old and boomerish or something, but I feel like Twitch and Kick are just like, what's the point? What's the point? Like, what's the point? They're specifically for live streaming, and you could just be like, well, Papa, you just don't get it, and that's might be true, but to me, what's the point? People are always on TikTok. People are always on YouTube. If anything, what should be happening is, I don't know, Instagram should buy Twitch or something, or I don't know, and then have like try to make that more robust and have like, oh, you can stream through Instagram in a more better way. Nice words, right?
There, right? That's like a couple thousand people out of the 7 million people who go live every month. Most are going to be negatively impacted. That, along with a lot of people trying out YouTube because of this new non-exclusive thing that Twitch is trying to explore, I think might hurt them long term. For example, there's a lot of streamers who say,
I don't think it's going to hurt them long term. I don't think it's going to hurt them long term. I think that they have to do that. It's like one of those things where, like, yeah, maybe short term they'll lose money, but long term they're showing themselves as a platform that's flexible, that you can use as a secondary platform to something that's, in my opinion, better, like YouTube. So,
streaming on YouTube are doing really fucking well. Like Moist Critical, whose viewership has skyrocketed on YouTube.
He also has like a big pull.
Just about like 8 to 12,000 on Twitch. Now he averages like 15 to 25,000 on YouTube.
Yeah, it makes sense. There's just a more diverse audience. Bro, people are just finicky. I won't do some things because I find it to be a pain in the ass. I don't watch Twitch because it's a pain in the ass. But like if I'm on YouTube anyway and I see something in there, I'm like, oh, I'll take a look at this. There's some more diverse and, in my opinion, mature audience on YouTube. I honestly think it's also easier to moderate. Because there's just fewer like assholes. There's a more like it's just a better diversity of viewership.
Doug has similarly averaged about 10,000 viewers on YouTube at any given live stream. We also have Tens, who's been live streaming.
Well, let's see what we're averaging right now.
On YouTube,
probably a couple 100,000.
And even PointCrow, who right now is live streaming on YouTube.
A couple of hundred. Sorry, guys.
2,500 people on Twitch. He's at about 1,800.
Well, you know what? Friday streams for me are always a little lower. Okay, we're not quite at the 100,000 or the 10,000 or the 1,000, but we're over 100 today, guys. This is phenomenal.
Now, live streaming.
What's so interesting though is that, like, regardless of what my streams have been going up in viewership, mostly I think because I'm actually labeling the stream something other than Papa Gut Time. But I noticed that the interactivity in the chat just doesn't really change. Like most people that are like the ones that chill and talk, they're just always here. But for the most part, everybody else, like if I saw an extra 100 more people watching right now, I'd get like 1 or 2 more people chat. You know what I mean? And by the way, that's the kind of person I am when I watch a stream. If I do watch a stream, I'm not like a big chatter, you know? I'm not a big fan of chatterbait, you know what I mean?
Could be the meta. Like, excuse me, multi-streaming could be the meta. That could be the truth. And this would be great for
Probably
Twitch
will
to
be.
watch. But the reason people prefer Twitch is because, one, they have a lot more tools. So it's better as a creator to do the streaming.
Do you have more tools? I mean, they must just be like flashy tools. I mean, I'm a very simple guy, so the tools must just be flashy. I'm a pretty basic ass bitch.
But most lurkers, which is the bulk of all viewers.
I like that somebody said I'm a lurker, to be honest, right when he just had most lurkers.
Tend to prefer YouTube.
Yeah.
And unless Twitch offers more money via Primes, which is basically a subsidized subscription that Twitch gives to the viewers, what is the point of streaming on Twitch? Like, the culture's amazing, but if you're
I disagree.
making more money and you get more viewers on YouTube, why will people stick with Twitch?
Yeah.
So I have a bit of a prediction. All right.
Predict
if
me,
Twitch
Daddy.
keeps going down this current trend, and that's a big if they keep trying to cut costs, if they slash Prime even further, or maybe
I feel like personally there's and again, I might not be super educated on the specifics. I feel like there's a difference between cutting costs and normalizing costs. The Twitch thing, the Prime sub thing, in my opinion, is not a cost cut. It's a cost of normalization. It never should have been that way. The person who allowed that should get fucking fired, to be honest with you. That allowed you to make $2.50 or whatever off of a Prime sub from somebody in fucking Turkey paying $1 a month. Like, that's insane for like their actual Prime. That's wild. That's just dumb. That's like a normalization of a cost, in my opinion.
remove it altogether, I think we're going to see a big migration from people going from Twitch over to other websites. Not necessarily YouTube, but I've looked at the numbers. Here's Q4 hours watched for each website. You can see Twitch had a nice December, 1.79 billion, still the big dogs. YouTube gaming, pretty fucking close though.
What is YouTube gaming, and how is that different from YouTube streaming?
At 467.
Or do they just call all their streams gaming? Because I don't really game. I mean, I play games while I react to content, but I'm like a reaction YouTuber.
Million hours watched, right? Just about like a fourth of what Twitch had. Kick had a bit of a bump, 112.
That's
Still there. And then what might be interesting is also Africa TV.
I'd really like to see TikToks. What is this? I would like to see TikTok only because I'm curious about how competitive of a marketplace they are. TikTok, December 2023 live stream total hours. Are we able to see that? Because I do feel like TikTok is becoming competitive. I don't know if I would ever be able to find out the statistics for that. For TikTok, I don't know if I wouldn't even know where to start. I wouldn't even know where to start for that.
Because Twitch is going to cut all of their service in Korea February 27th, and Africa TV is the second largest live streaming platform in Korea, so they should see a huge bump in March. That'll be interesting to see. I want to
Why
look
are they doing that?
at these stats a year from now and talk about it, but that's the changing landscape.
Oh, I show up in your gaming tab in YouTube. Interesting. Maybe they only have it as like gaming for right now. Okay.
If anyone has lost their job in esports and is watching this, I hope you're doing good, man. It's devastating what's going on right now.
I personally don't give a shit.
Everywhere. Everything's changing. But it's okay. It's okay that things change. We will all
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Together. I hope you have a good day. Thank you for watching. See you later. Goodbye.
Okay, interesting. That was an interesting video.